Hello, beautiful souls. It's so nice to be back. Thank you all for being here with me. Infinite blessings, infinite love going out to each and every one of you. You know, everything that you've been experiencing right now, okay, is just a test to see if you are ready for 5D. I know a lot of us have experienced changes, okay, to say the least, within the last 2 years. Okay, now whether those were artificial changes, whether those were natural changes, you know what I'm talking about, whether this was happening by accident or remembering that there are no coincidences, right? And there are no accidents. Everything is your higher self, the angels, the guides, the momentum from this higher consciousness coming through to our planet. Everything right now is happening for a reason. All right, and what we would call something like COVID, or what we would call something that is happening as far as the planet and the consciousness shifting, has many different labels and identities, right? And all of this, every single one of them, is just a very simple test to see if you are ready to 5D. Let me really break this down. Yes, you are multidimensional. Yes, we are going through this great awakening. We are on the path of ascension. What does that even mean? We're going from the third dimension, right? From the physical, from the fear, right? From these old power structures, from all of this greed, all of this corruption, all of this evilness, right? That has been lingering around for a very long time. Okay? Know that all of this has been happening because the forces that have been keeping things in control can no longer contain the light. And it's breaking through, right? As this consciousness expands, as the shepherds grow and free the sheep out of the corrals, right? That's what we're experiencing right now. And these waves of the darkness coming back, or the waves of the power, or the waves of the control that is trying to enslave the light over again, are all just simple tests to see if we are ready to handle 5D, to see if we are ready to handle unconditional love, to see if we are ready for the next level. Shout out to everybody joining. Shout out to everybody here live. Thank you again for being here with me. Infinite blessings, infinite love. Now, who's ready? All right, type it in real quick. Who's ready for the next level? I want to know, right? I'm ready for the next level. This is happening for a reason, everybody. So welcome, okay? And I want you to know that wherever you're at in this, right? Whether you're losing your job, right? Whether you are experiencing difficulties in your life on, you know, the relationship level, business level, okay? All of this is a test, again, to see if you can handle 5D, to see if you can handle the next level in the game. Pagaya Singh, thank you so much for your question. I just started my awakening 2 years ago. Will I still be allowed to step into 5D? This is what's beautiful about the fifth dimension, right? We are transcending time and space. It does not matter how long, quote unquote, linear time you've been on your journey. You can go to the next level at any point. So yes, welcome, all right? Of course you can go to 5D. Of course anybody can go. It's just a matter of the prerequisites. Just a matter of doing the work and putting in the work. All right, everybody. Pamela, thank you for being here. Infinite blessings, love to each and every one of you. Many shepherds flooding light to every space. That's it, right? You saw my post earlier. There's too many shepherds, all right? This is already happening, all right? It's game over. Okay, now again, everything that you've been experiencing prior to your point of your quote-unquote awakening, right? Or prior to the veil being lifted and you can see beyond this illusion, all right? Then that was a test. And here you are. Everybody that made it on the other side of the veil, everybody that made it to the light, here you are. Congratulations. Let's give yourself a little pat on the back. Understand that this was very hard to do, and it's extremely challenging to get through that darkness, especially right now as these times that we're living in. All right, now I know all of you are ready. I know there's a big shift happening, right? Or is it just me? Like, type it in. I have felt the shift. Is it just me? You see, there's a shift happening right now. Have you felt it? You see, and again, this is the 3 to 5 shift. This is from going from duality to non-duality, going from the physical to the infinite, going from the limited little tiny cup that you thought you were to the infinite cup. Type it in. I am the infinite cup. Ready? I am the infinite cup. This is all happening for a reason. Now, I know all of you are ready. All of you typing it in right now. You're setting that intention and claiming this energy. That's what this is all about. You see, because when you rise up to the challenge, when you rise up to every obstacle, that's how you access it. Terry, Ohama, infinite blessings. Thank you all for asking questions. Thank you all for being here. But please, can you tell me, how do I access 5D though? How do I transcend though? How do I get into the Merkana, the astral projecting, or is there any other way? How do I do it? You talk about all these videos, you're doing all of this, Robert. How do you actually do it, man? Well, that's what this is about. This is about you facing all of those fears, right? Going through those uncomfortable things, doing the shadow work, doing the cleansing, detoxing. This is a daily practice. There is no automatic button. There is no smoothie. There is no recipe that you can do in order to create an automatic response. This takes a daily practice. One moment by each moment. We are becoming conscious breathers. We are all on the path of ascension. Right? So again, wherever you're at on this journey, wherever you're calibrated at in this journey, know that you are loved and know that you are a part of this for a reason. That's right, Jasmina, this is it. We are all crossing dimensions. Higher our vibration, higher the dimension. You see, because the 5D is just where we're at right now. Remember, this is the 3 to 5D shift. This is us going through it. However, this is just one of many shifts. Right? This isn't just one thing that we're experiencing. No, this is one of many shifts. You see, because the 5D is just one step in the game. There will be another level and another. And as long as you are inhabiting a human body and going through this samsara, this cycle of birth and death, you will be going through this until you are complete, until there is no more. Zach Webb, welcome, brother. Thank you all for being here again. Welcome to the next level of the game. Welcome to the awakening. Welcome to the massive shift. Exactly. Welcome to all of the energy as it's channeling through the needle right now, as we're feeling the pressure more than ever as the division is going through, right? What are you going to do about it, right? This is a test to see if you can handle 5D. If you can't handle this, if you can't handle the current thing that the Matrix is pulling out, then you will not be able to make it to 5D. If you thought toilet paper and people were scared and riled up about conservative money or global warming or whatever the current narrative they're going to throw out next, you are not ready for 5D. These are distractions. These are traps. These are things that are blocking the energy and keeping people in a limited vibration. You see, keeping people in a point where all of this is happening for a reason. Now, I'm saying this again to reaffirm this into your subconscious, because then you will take action. You see? That's what this is all about. Namaste. Right back at you. We got Bangkok, Thailand in the house. I love Thailand. I've been there multiple times. I love it there. Shout out to everybody being the change right now, expanding their cup, rising up to this challenge, right? Rising up to the test that is happening right now in each and every one of us. Right? It's happening right now. You are being tested right now. So what are you going to do about it? What does that mean to you in your life? You see, because again, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your business, whether it's your focusing on just simply getting to work and have the survival needs met, everything is a test to see if you can handle the next level in the game. That's it. So in all honesty, we should be thanking the Matrix. We should be yelling from the rooftops, thank you for all of these challenges. Thank you for creating all of these speed bumps on my path, because it's making me stronger. It's making me more confident. The light is growing. It's making us say, you know what? I don't want this in my life. I don't need your air. I don't need your water. I don't need your handouts. I don't need them of any way, shape, or form. And that's happening right now. And all of us can feel it. And that's what the communities that are being built worldwide, that's why people are contributing to something against it, right? To something different. That's why it's literally called New Earth. You see, it's literally new, meaning you can't do the same old thing that you were doing before. It's not going to work. And everything that we've been doing, especially within the last 3 years, was this momentum pulling you and testing you to see if you can handle 5D, to see if you can truly handle the next level of the game. And a lot of you probably felt moments of instantaneous bliss where you were in it and it felt great, but then you got sucked right back to 3D. You got pulled back into the old toxic job or relationship or attachment or food or whatever that thing is that was causing the Matrix to thrive in the first place. You see? Now it's breaking free of all detachments from the Matrix. Now it's going all in for 5D. Type it in for me. I'm all in for 5D. Where are you at in the game? Where are you at on your journey, right? I'm all in for 5D over here, literally building New Earth. Where are you at? You see, because that's what we have to do together, one by one. All of us. Every single one of us. So shout out to everybody put in the work right now. Shout out to all the light workers, all the star seeds, all the chosen ones, the 144,000, the people that are quote unquote on the spiritual path or not on the spiritual path. You see, because whether you realize you are spirit or not, it doesn't matter. You see, because we're all one in that spiritual dimension. We are all on this path together. Okay? So the 5D consciousness is the heart, you see? And this is the vessel that will propel us to the next level. All right? So all of us need to help one another and lend a hand. You see, this comes back down to selfless service. This comes back down to the very simple things that got us all the progress in the first place, that got to this awakening moment, that got to unlocking the Merkaba and the Kundalini, the third eye, this energy. You see, this higher consciousness, this thing beyond the 9 to 5, beyond the norm, beyond what they're going to just hand out next. All of us are doing it right now. So shout out to you, right? Because I'm not doing this by myself. Shout out to you for putting in the work, all right? And I want to let all of you know it's not going unnoticed, all right? It's 100% not going unnoticed. So every single one of you, right? It's happening. All right. Shout out to Benjamin Glover. Appreciate you, brother. We're here. We're watching your path. We're here. We're all in this together. Keep it up. All right. I'm here. I'm help anytime if someone needs me, no matter what. Thank you for the help, brother. Thank you for sending it. You see, this is the selfless service that I'm talking about. This is the confidence. This is the idea. This is the mindset that we all need to carry if we want to get to the next level of the game. Right? All of us. And remember that there are no accidents, right? There are no coincidences, right? When you're seeing those angel numbers, when you're having these synchronicities, right? When this awakening, this, pressure, kundalini comes up your spine, right? When you feel the tingling on the top of your skull from the crown chakra activation, you see, when all of this happens, when all of this starts flowing, it's a chain reaction. One by one, more people wake up, more souls awaken, more people go to the next level of the game. You see? And we hit that tipping point where now we actually have the advantage, you see? Because they're playing a material war. They're playing it at the 3D level. And we all know where that is going to lead. And we all know that that is temporary and only going to lead to more suffering. So here we are. We need to play at the 5D level. We need to play at the unconditional love frequency. We need to love no matter where you're at or what your decision is on whether you are red or blue or whether you're going to get this chemical or not, right? Or this jab or any of this. You see, and I want to let all of you know, again, this is 100% uncensored content. YouTube is probably going to take this video again off of my channel. All right, so go over to Patreon if you want access to the uncensored content. Join us on Sundays through the Inner Circle group. You get access to the Zoom meetings now. All right, all of your questions are being answered only on Patreon. I got to get around the censorship, okay? And the videos that I put out on YouTube and all across social media are 100% censored now, okay? This is not the same old internet that we are dealing with, okay? And again, this is one of many tests, right, that I'm facing, you see, in order to get to 5D, you see, and I'm not stopping. You see, we are hitting the masses, and what I mean by is the critical mass point right here. Again, the tipping point. You see this happening? Do you feel this? You see, and when you hit that tipping point, we're all going in for 5D, and we're all soaring together and flying high on this high vibration, and it's happening for a reason. So shout out to, again, every single one of you for putting in the work, for contributing to this, for knowing that all of it is happening because it needs to happen, right? Every single one of us have experienced a test somewhere along the journey that really rattled the cage, right? That really made you question life. That really made you want to go back to your old 3D matrix life. That really made you start analyzing, why did I choose this path of awakening in the first place? Why did I want to wake up? Why did I want to do this thing anyways? You see? What you were doing before was just for you, because you had to go first, right? You can't lead others until you go through it yourself. So all of these tests, all of these things are just trials and tribulations in order to get in tune with the energy. Turner, infinite blessings. This is exactly what we're talking about here. Feelings over logic. You see, the heart over the mind, the 5D over the 3D. You see, all of this is happening for a reason. Now, every single one of us, again, are experiencing these tests, experiencing these challenges, these roadblocks along the way, okay? And here you are stronger now on the other side. Here you are brighter, more expansive, more clarity, more energy, all of this that you gained because of this obstacle. So why not have more energy, right? And more happiness and productiveness towards these, people like Bill Gates instead of blaming them. Right? Why not have more love in your heart, right? For someone that is choosing this darkness, right? Choosing this time of fear over love. When someone really chooses that fear, do you think that they are going with it willingly? No. They are going through with it because they don't know what to do next. Because they simply aren't ready for the next level in the game. Right? So remember that. Everybody's been experienced. I want to give some huge love, infinite love out to Dean right now. Dean, everybody loves you, brother. Thanks, guys. I will never give up. My last few months have just been very overwhelming. This energy that you're talking about, Dean, we're all feeling it, brother. This is the Schumann energy. This is what I call riding the wave right now. You see, there's this big wave of energy. You got to just grab that surfboard and hang 10, brother, and just ride it out. You see, because we're all experiencing this. And the more you can go into the infinite self, connect with the higher self and the higher consciousness, the less of that weight will be on your physical body. Remember, you are not this body. Remember this: let go, surrender, and repeat. Those simple words. Everybody type it in. Let's all do the mantra together. Let go, surrender, and repeat, brother. That's it. This is all that you need to do. Let go, surrender, and repeat. Now, this is the mantra. This is the exact technique, right? When you feel stuck, when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel that life, is not allowing you to get to the next level, right? When the ego is just in control and taking over the reins and the lower self is kicking and screaming, you know what you need to do. That's what this is about, right? Because we have to do it as a collective, right? Dean, that's it. We love you, brother. We're all here. This is the community. This is it. You see, this is the unconditional love frequency, right? That's what we call the fifth dimension, you see? And this is for everybody, right? We're not talking about the chosen ones anymore or the 144,000. We have to go beyond all of this. Again, you had to lead. You have to go through these uncomfortable things so you can lead the people to the next level. That's what this has always been about. All right? So the next time you're going through this emotion or turmoil or challenge in your life, know that this is an upgrade. In fact, you should confirm it and affirm it in your life. I am upgrading. Yes, here we go, upgrade. Let's bring it on. That's all that you need to remember. Every single one of you. Shout out to Terry again. Thank you all for being here. Infinite love, infinite blessings. I get a lot of angel numbers. I feel a lot of tingling sensations on my crown chakra and a lot of ringing in my ears. Am I the only one? Is this normal? Am I feeling confused? Type it in, everybody. Let's let Terry know. Have you felt these sensations? Has anybody else felt the crown chakra tingling? Has anybody else felt the kundalini energy up the spine? Has anyone else felt maybe this pressure in your ears or ringing as the frequency as you upgrade your energy? Let Terry know right now, because I want to reassure all of you that you are not alone. Every single one of you are not alone, right? And remember, this is happening for a reason, right? And when you understand that reason and you bring clarity onto this dharma, the purpose, as far as what that reason and upgrade is happening in the first place, all will be revealed to you. Robin has felt it. Turner is feeling the energy. Everybody, Robin, Benjamin, all the time. You see, everybody's feeling it together. You see, everybody knows this energy. And again, these are confirmations. When you feel those synchronicities, right? When you have that deja vu or the ringing in your ears, right? This is a activation. You see, this is a validation on your path of exactly where you're at, of exactly what you're doing. It's a confirmation, like, yes, here you go. What you're doing is right. Keep going. Don't stop. Keep going. And here's where most people slip up, is they follow off the path. They say, oh, that was an awesome angel number. I just saw it on my phone. And then they give up completely. No, keep going. You see, you have to follow those angel numbers. You have to follow those sensations and the ringing in your ears. Tyler, exactly, brother. This is the ringing. This is the clairaudience, right? This is the energy shifting. Again, this is you calibrating to a higher frequency. Every single one of us have felt these sensations at one unique time. All right, and again, this is your higher self telling you that it's all happening for a reason, and you need to go through this. You need this shift to happen in your life in order to get to the next level of the game. All right, Benjamin, that's it. The veils are falling. That's it. As all these veils fall, as all these layers in between the matrix crumble, you see, we are allowed to go to the next level as a species, as humanity. You see, because we're all still inhabiting these meat suits. The biggest test in your life, I want each and every one of you right now to think back, all right? And the biggest test, right? That obstacle within the last 3 years, you probably lost your job, lost a relationship, had some sort of transformation happen, right? And think about why that had to happen. Think about exactly why you created it, because that's what this is about. You see, that test, that challenge, that obstacle, that breakup, that job, that responsibility that you let go of was not an obstacle. In all actuality, it was a gift. You see, all of these tests that are presented to you, once they are unlocked, you see, that is your gift. You just have to unwrap it. You see, it's like all you have to do is put yourself in the higher self perspective, right? Get into what I call the cosmic view. Understand that all these puzzle pieces are coming together for a reason, and that reason is so you can wake up. There is no other reason that you are here right now on planet Earth is to wake up. You've been having countless lifetimes as other beings and other things, and here you are in this human meat suit, ready to learn unconditional love, master multidimensional realities, understand frequency, and be the master of consciousness. Right? You feel that energy? You feel this awakening that's been happening? Right? There's a reason why the Great Awakening hashtag is censored. There's a reason why they're censoring videos and deleting people for a reason. This cancel culture that we live in is happening for a reason. You see, so you have to take the time to pursue this spiritual life, to pursue higher consciousness, and get around all of that censorship and get around the obstacles that are presented right before you. That's what's being presented to all of us in a very unique and personal way right here and now. Everybody knows how to truly let go, truly be a part of this oneness. Crying is a beautiful way to do it. Release energy, release all of it. I had so much change so quickly. Job, relationship, the home I have all changed. And though maybe it wasn't for the better, but time showed me it was. Thank you for contributing. Everybody experiencing these changes, it's happening for a reason. Please do cry. Your soul and heart need to release these emotions. Yes. Please let it all out. Everybody experiencing this higher consciousness right now, being present in the moment. When you are watching this content, when you anchor to a higher vibration, you are anchoring to that level. You are calibrating to a frequency. So yes, you are going to purge the old out. It has to happen. Turner, being present because I spent 10 years trying to escape it, and now I can't avoid it because I have started awakening. Exactly. You see, you cannot go back. Isn't that beautiful? You see, that's why this obstacle, that's why this test happened in the first place. That's why you had to do all of this, is because this was really the universe asking you, are you truly ready? Because guess what? You can't go back once you open this door. Once Pandora's box is opened, you cannot shut it. Zach Webb, again, brother, thank you for being here. If I never gone through what I experienced, I would have never awakened. Exactly. You see, and that's the clarity when you understand that you had to go through those experiences so you could wake up, and then you actually have gratitude for these experiences instead of holding in to the guilt or the shame or the victim mentality, right? That's the 3D, which is blocking the energy, which is resisting, which is saying, blaming other people. Why did this happen to me? Poor me, right? No, it's actually upgrade and gift, an upgrade and more gifts and more upgrades. That's what this is being presented to us. When you go through a spiritual awakening, when you truly see beyond the veil and you start seeing how all of this energy really works, that's when the clarity happens. That's when you will start welcoming these obstacles and understand that everything that happened that you thought was a failure is actually something that allowed you to get to the next level. So start practicing that gratitude, because that's the middle point here. Gratitude, remember, is the middle point in between what we would call lower and higher consciousness. Everything before that is a lower vibration, keeping people trapped into that lower vibration, you see? So start welcoming these tests. Start welcoming these challenges into your life and see how many upgrades you can go through just in one day, let alone a week. You see, and that's the power of 5D energy, because this is, again, multidimensional. This goes beyond time and space. You don't have to clock in and clock out here. No, you could do it in one 30-minute meditation. You see, slowly through your mindset, upgrading and upgrading and upgrading to the next level. That's what we are doing. Now, the matrix is not done yet. Remember, as the light grows and grows and grows, there's going to be some chance for the darkness to want to encapsulate it over and over again. And this is a pendulum effect. You see, because remember, energy is never stagnant. You all know this. You all feel this, right? Remember, when you light a candle, does it stop burning? Right? Does it just burn forever, or does it stop burning? You see, what happens when you light a candle? If you just put one out, regardless of the size, it will eventually burn away. And this is proof of the energy. Or light a light bulb, right? Or go stand on a chair. See how long you can stand on a chair before you finally have to sit down. You see, all the atoms are the cells. All the light in your body is the same thing that is in that candle. And it's constantly moving, constantly changing, constantly evolving. So here we are in the lower self, in the ego, trying to slow it all down. No, I can't handle change. I don't want this upgrade. Please don't let it happen. I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready. You see? So it all comes back down to free will. And if you're not ready for the next level, then you're not ready. I'm going to love you either way. You see, it all comes back down to free will. So if you're not ready for the next level of the game, then you can stay where you're at. There is no reason for you to go to the next level. In fact, you can stay where you're at for lifetimes. Multiple lifetimes, growing up this baby body, getting through puberty and adolescence, through adulthood, all over again, through the samsara, just to figure out that one less. Get through that one test. You see, what you could have done in a previous birth, but you didn't have the courage for it, and that's okay too. And here you are. So remember that, because the next test is coming. Again, as long as you have a human body, as long as you're inhabiting this meat suit, there will be more tests. There will be more challenges. There will be so much happening. JQ, infinite blessings. This one I am turning pain into creativity. Thank you for your comment. Thank you. This is what I call being the alchemist. All of us need to learn how to transmute energy in this lifetime. That is one of your pieces of homework. If you do not know how to transmute the energy, then this is where you need to start. You first surrender to the higher self. Channel this energy in and transmute this into a positive outcome. You see, that's what you have the ability to do. All of us have this ability. And here you are. So welcome. Are you ready for the next level? Are you ready for the next test? Are you ready for change? Are you ready for obstacles? Or is there going to be something that is going to rile you up and make you go back and contemplate and procrastinate? You see? As below, so below. Turner, I could not agree with you more. Change is life. Yes, all of this is happening. Dean, we love you, brother. Thank you for sticking around. I think it's fine to stay where you are if you are happy, but if you are not happy with your life and you just stay there out of fear, that is when it is a problem. Yes, I completely resonate with that. And don't you see how most of the consciousness, most of humanity, they know they're not happy, and yet it's what I call settling. You see, they know they could do more. However, they are comfortable where they're at. Therefore, they choose to settle. Are you here to settle? Type it in for me. I am not here to settle. Type it in if that resonates with you. I am not here to settle. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about that deeper level. You see, no longer settling to the idea that you are a body or that you are just this ego, right? You have a lower self. Guess what? That means you have a higher self too. Why not anchor to the higher frequency instead of being caught into the lower one? Do you see? You see how this works? I am not here to settle. When you set that intention, you see, when you calibrate to that frequency. You're letting your own higher self lead you even faster to the next level of the game. So be prepared, right? Be prepared for upgrades, right? Be prepared for breakthroughs. All right? Don't say that I didn't warn you, right? Everything is happening for a reason. Okay, so remember that, because a lot of the majority of the consciousness and the problems that we're experiencing from the Matrix is because people are settling. People are trapped in that sheep cage right now. They are trapped in fear. They are trapped in the duality. They don't know that there is a 5D. They don't know that there is change. They don't know that there is light, because all they see is darkness. All they feel is fear within the body. You see, and this is happening because it needs to happen in their own karmic cycle. You have to feel that fear. You have to really go through it and say, I've had enough, before you can accept the next level. You see, and that's what we're experiencing on the collective conscious. That's what we're experiencing in our own communities, our own places, all over right now. And this is what creates a shift that we would call a shift in consciousness. And that's how we start getting to different points of the game and start playing at different levels. And when you get to these higher levels, that's when it gets really exciting and really fun. A lot of energies start transcribing. You see, a lot of things start shifting at rates, and it gets so fast, right? Some people call it the quickening. You see, it's just getting quicker and quicker, and your ability to manifest just gets faster and faster, you see? And we're manifesting, and we're anchoring to even higher vibratory points. This does not stop. That's it. As long as you're doing this path, as long as you're here for it, as long as you're willing, this does not stop. Turner, great question, brother. What caused your perception to shift into a more 5D logical feeling way? Okay, I have to break this down slowly, because there is no logic in 5D. You see, there is no mind in 5D. There is no mind because there is no duality. The mind is what projects the duality consciousness. Your heart is the motor that projects the 5D consciousness. You see? So I'm not trying to correct your words, Turner. I'm just letting you know that you cannot use your mind in order to get to 5D. You see? Yes, it's a motor, and your brain needs to be working and functioning. However, this is the heart. This is the motor. Yes. Jasmine, yes, the rain is coming. Infinite blessings to the rain. So grateful for the rain. As a lot of you know, I live 100% off the grid. The water tank is filling up right now. I'm so happy to have the rain. There's a lot of energy that's been coming through. The weather here is shifting. The volcano is erupting. Earthquakes are rumbling. Now, who's ready for the next step? Who's ready to go even further? You say, who's ready to not only embrace the obstacles, but welcome them? Who's ready to completely go within and understand that everything is perfect? Every single thing that you think is an obstacle was actually perfect. Jasmine, exactly. Acceptance is a huge step toward higher undertaking of dualistic being one. I love that. All of us are experiencing different dimensions, even within your own relationships, even within your own family circuits. You are probably experiencing different dimensions within the same household. You see, this is not a playing field that is even right now. Everybody is at different levels of the game. Julie, thank you. What a beautiful comment. I want to share this with everybody. Julie Cameron, thank you so much again. Obstacles, quote unquote, are detours in the right direction. Do you see? All of us is happening, right? It's happening without no doubt. It's happening. So the next time you experience one of these obstacles, next time the higher self starts pointing you in the right direction, Why don't you embrace it? Why don't you welcome it and say, you know what? Oh man, thank you, higher self. Thank you, guys. Thank you, universe. Thank you, multiverse, showing me that I was off. I was letting my lower self win the game. I apologize for the balance being out of whack, you see? And now you have the ability to step back into the number one rule. The number one priority with all of this is conscious awareness, right? You step back and you go into conscious awareness. You understand that, yes, the lower self was winning. The ego got too far ahead. All these problems were created. You see, and now we have to circle back as far as what truly works. And what works is the direction from the higher self. Remember, the higher self is 10 steps ahead of you, always. So if there's any pushing or blaming or defending or trying to prove what's right or wrong or any dualistic anything, right? Anything coming from that 3D matrix game, anything that's pulling energy into that vortex is only allowing the matrix to win. That's it. Whether it's your job, whether it's your relationship, whether it's the household structure, whatever thing that you are still dependent on from the matrix is what's creating the attachment in the first place. Type it in if it resonates with you all. I am here to live a matrix-free life. I am here to live a matrix-free life. You see, we don't need the contaminants in the air, the food. All of this was a test, again, to see if you can truly build your own new earth, if you can build your own utopia. You see? All of this was a challenge, an obstacle to see if you are ready to truly live in community, or are you just wanting the convenience of the fast food and the nonsense from the technology and the rat race and the metaverse and all of these things that are going to constantly keep your senses enthralled while your soul dies. You see how this works? You see now how all of this works? The more you contribute to the body, the more you think you are just this body, the soul dies. The more you stop your spiritual practice, the more you go through the McDonald's drive-thru instead of saying yes to that smoothie, you see the soul dies. So what's happening right now on the global level as small businesses get shut down, as changes happen, right, through our economic, food systems, environmental systems, corporate systems, political systems, all of this is changing, right? And none of it matters because it came from a poor foundation that the Matrix created in the first place. So this is giving us a grand opportunity to rise up to the ultimate challenge and test, which is, you know what? I can do it myself. I can go into my own community. I can start thriving away from the Matrix. I can start contributing to something beyond the Matrix. I can do something that the Matrix would never even come up with, right? Because remember, this portal right here, this light body here is the most technological advanced thing there is. This infinite spirit soul, the infinite cup. Type it in if it resonates with you. Who are you really? You see, I am the infinite cup. That's who you really are. Yes, you have a meat, so you have a body. Yes, it's awesome. It's great. It's shiny. Mine's looking pretty tan. Mine's got some pretty cool beard and some long hair. I love it. It's cool. However, I am the infinite cup. I am not this body. I am not my thoughts. I am not the ego. I am not the lower self. I am the higher self. I am the infinite. I am the one who is in that awareness mode, who is constantly viewing this from a non-dual perspective. That's what you really are. So if you felt that, and if you are contributing to this, then all of this can be turned and go within. So when you type in this energy, when you type in these words, remember all of this is energy. All of this is energy. And yes, nature wants you to live a free life. Nature wants you to come back. You see? All of us. That have been turning into more conscious beings, expanding to the infinite cup, right? Practicing vegetarianism, veganism, you see? Shout out to all the vegans out there. Shout out to everybody who's been vegetarian or choosing a conscious meal over a toxic meal. Regardless of labels, right here, it's not about that. It's about entering the light body and activating higher consciousness. That's what this is about. Everybody here, know that you have been guided to this message. Know that your higher self was allowing you to hear this so you can go to the next level. So wherever you're at, whatever the roadblock was, whatever that thing that you were experiencing, right? Know that it need to happen so you could get to the next level of the game. So more welcoming this energy, more increasing of this energy, because all of this is something that we all need to do in each and every aspect of our life. I've seen too much blame, too much defending, too much conspiracy theories, too much getting into who's getting what. Let's take back the narrative and charge it with unconditional love. Charge it with this frequency in the fifth dimension, which comes from a place of non-duality, which says whether you're black or white or yellow or red, it doesn't matter what you have. You see? What only matters is, do you have a beating heart? Do you have the ability to love? Do you have the ability to let go of the past and who you were and accept the fact that you are this infinite soul right now inhabiting a body, walking around doing this thing that we call life? And remember, this is just an instant. This is just a blink of an eye. This is so temporary compared to the cosmic spectrum of how many times we've been doing this dance through all these different meat suits. All right, so remember that, because that should release the pressure a little bit, right? Because you've been tested time and time again, lifetime after lifetime, you see? Think about way back before the Kali Yuga, right? 12,000 plus years ago, you inhabited another body, had another relationship, went through all of this dance again, just to come back a little bit further in the Departa Yuga, just to be on this path of ascension even further, to do the same exact lesson, which is make it to the fifth dimension, to calibrate to the highest frequency so we can all enter that nirvana, that bliss, that oneness, whatever you want to call that. That's what we're doing right now. Collectively, all of us have to vibrate at that level. You see, we all have to we have to hone in on it. Whether that's meditation or Tai Chi or whatever spiritual practice that you have that is allowing you to unlock that higher consciousness, we need more of that. You see? More of the love and the light and the higher consciousness. And the more that that comes through, we are all happening to be meeting each other right along the path right here. So hello, another version of me. Hello, another beautiful soul right here. It's like looking into a mirror. You see, all of us are projecting this consciousness into this plane that we call Earth in order to experience the game at this level. So congratulations, here you are. You made it. You made it to this level. It's here. It's happening right now. All right? Julene, thank you so much for being here. Aloha, infinite blessings to each and every one of you. I feel I'm on the path of ascension, but I find myself getting stuck in the 3D with anxiety and the ego. Any advice? Yes. So for those of you that are on the roller coaster still, right? You're getting feelings of bliss, feeling of oneness, stepping into 5D, stepping into your higher self, but you feel trapped and getting stuck into 3D. You need to go slow here and examine the exact thing that is pulling you into the matrix, right? Julian is a great example. Why are you experiencing that anxiety? You see, this anxiety is just an outcome, right? Because your avatar, your meat suit, is not happy, you see? So understand that you have to analyze exactly the thought that created the anxiety, because your higher self is just preparing you for a future event on a timeline that does not exist in 3D. That's the simple answer. The long answer is all of us are experiencing these obstacles or tests to see if we can graduate to the next level. That is the very, very, very simple truth. Aloha, thank you for your blessings. Thank you for John. Thank you so much for the wisdom and inspiration. Coffee on me. I appreciate the coffee, brother. I'm going to drink some tea. I do love me some herbal tea. So thank you all for contributing. Thank you all for your donations. Thank you all for everything. Seriously, this channel runs solely off of your donations. This entire thing called the Infinite Cup runs exclusively off of your donations, right? So thank you all for being here. And again, remember, this is uncensored over on Patreon, meaning I'm going to do a weekly uncensored Zoom call. So if you want to join us on Sundays, if you want to get on the inner circle, then please go over to patreon.com/theinfinitecup. All right, I'm going to post videos over there that will not go to social media. You see, as you know, this censorship is happening for a reason, and Patreon is the only way around the censorship. That's it. We have to create our own avenues for information. You do not have access to the information that you used to have access to for a reason. And again, this is one of many tests right now that we have to overcome. So let's all pull together. If you feel like you're ready for the next level, if you want to access my time and get into the inner circle, then please join us, because that's where I'm spending most of my time. I don't really answer a lot of my DMs or emails. I get more time through the inner circle group because it is 100% encrypted. Join the server. Similar to Telegram, it's like a Discord server on Signal. All right, this is an encrypted app that we use in order to communicate 24/7. All right, I would love to see all of you over there. I'm now accepting new members. Again, we have weekly meetings through Zoom on Sundays, right? And the chat is open 24/7. All right, so if you want to get into more of a Q&A like this, if you wanted to, connect with other spiritual people, if you want to really get to the next level, all right, we would love to have you. Shout out to all the current members right now listening and watching, right? I love each and every one of you. All right, and know that, again, all of your donations, all of this is keeping the channel alive. All right, literally manifesting New Earth, building this, right? Building a space, building that bridge. Because remember, that's what you are. You are a bridge for people to ascend to 5D. All of those tests, all of those tribulations, all of those things that you had to go through were necessary so you could breathe the bridge and channel as many souls into this higher vibration as you possibly can. Not doing that place from a duality perspective, not telling them what to do, by showing them what to do, by being authentic. You see, authenticity will always prevail above all else. Always. And again, Jasmine, thank you. Oh, love you. Right back at you. Thank you so much, because every single one of you know what this is about. JT, infinite blessings. Again, all of your donations. Blessed be. Synchronicities are always popping off, right? Always. Always popping off. So this is happening because you have upgrades coming. So if you claim this energy now, if you focus on it now, all you have to do is trust the process. Yes, your ego is going to kick and scream. Yes, you're going to have some, even more roadblocks, honestly. You're going to experience even more obstacles. But guess what? Those are actually upgrades in disguise. Those are gifts. Okay, so understand that this is your higher self preparing you for the next level. That's it. Turner, again, understanding, acceptance, and honoring someone for where they are at in their journey. That's it. You just described unconditional love. You just described the fifth dimension. When you're feeling that, when you're experiencing that unconditional love for someone else, you just entered 5D. You just entered the fifth dimension. So hold true to that. You see, hold true to those feelings. Hold it with you throughout your day. You see, because that's what we need to do in every single moment. Mike, aloha, brother. Mike Heyman, glad you made it. Infinite blessings, brother. Sending you love. And this is a big upgrade that all of us are experiencing right now. We all have been guided to this right now. So remember that. Every single one of us have been guided to commune together, right? To ascend together. Now, this path of ascension that you are on is happening because you needed to come here to planet Earth in order to play this thing out that we call humanity, right? You needed this meat suit. You need the lower self. You need the ego. You need the responsibilities. to go through the pain, the pressure of society and all of these controls and the matrix agenda. All of this is happening, okay? What are you going to do about it? Are you going to crumble under the pressure? Are you going to get sucked into the fear? Or are you going to choose love? It's really that simple. Type it in if it resonates with you. I choose love. You see how simple that is, right? Do we need to complicate this? Do we need to get into conspiracies? Do we need to go into propaganda and more fear and more this and more that? No. I choose love. Do you feel that love energy, right? Put your hand on your heart. Both hands, actually, because you can feel it even more when you use both hands, right? You feel that love frequency. This is where the fifth dimension is. This is where the true unconditional love frequency lives, right here. Not the heart, your physical heart, right in the middle. The chakra, the heart chakra, the beating heart is your physical vessel to transport the blood. It's about 2 inches over. Right here. All right? This is the energy. This is the portal. This is the thing that is allowing us to get to the next level. All right? And with that, I want to let all of you know that you are loved wherever you are at. Okay? I'm going to put both hands right here in the namaskar position right over the heart center, right? And bow to each and every one of you as a namaste. You see, which means I'm recognizing the infinite soul within you is the same soul within me. So namaste. Infinite blessings, all right? Infinite love going out to each and every one of you. And until next time, I'm out.